Well, we're out on another adventure today. We're actually back at the Green Swamp. You have to understand, if you look at a map, the Green Swamp is a huge area, and there are roads all over it. A lot of the roads, as I mentioned in my last video, you have to pretty much have a well-equipped four-wheel drive with locking hubs and all that to go in some of the areas. But the first time we explored, we were out on the Center Grade Road, and this time we are actually out on South Grade Road. And I just saw a beautiful flower that I got a photograph here, so I will be quick here. But welcome to RCSP Florida. We're out doing adventure stuff again, as we usually do. Flying solo today. It's on a Monday morning. My wife had to go back to work, so I'm out exploring this by myself. I have already notified my wife that I am out here, and when I started this trail, we have it set up to where when I'm going to go someplace, I just send it on my inReach. I've started from here and send the map, and she knows where I am. I told her ahead of time where I was going. If you're going to come out here, I did not mention this in my first video. If you're going to come out here, you need to have an inReach. Especially if you're getting up there like I am, and anything could happen at any time. You could fall, you could do anything. You would need that SOS that it provides. So you have no cell service out here. My cell phone, I'm looking at it right now, has one bar, and it's not going to work because I tried it and it didn't work to start with. So you basically, and in some spots you have absolutely no service, and it says no service. So if you want to come out here, it's great fun. I mean, I enjoy it, and there's lots to see. But if you're going to come out here, you need to have an inReach so you can notify somebody if you should get in trouble. Like I say, it's an unpaved road. It's really not a bad road, the one I'm on now. There are some really bad roads out here. You have to be very careful to make sure you stay on a good road. If you think it's no good, then you either have to turn around. Even if you have to back up for a long ways, just put it in reverse and back up till you can find a wide enough spot that you can safely turn your car around. Like I say, you can see the road. It's not a bad road. I have no problem with it at all right now. But you just can't. Also, you got to be careful when you pull off the road. This road is much narrower than the Center Grade Road was. This is South Grade, and it is, like you say, it's not a road you want to come out on if you're not looking into doing some overlanding. These roads go for miles out here, and it is easy to get in trouble out here. So be careful when you come out. If you do, keep a presence of mind so you know what's around you. This is bear country too. And it is in the middle of nowhere. Like I say, if it was anywhere it was close, you'd have cell service. So anyway, I'm gonna get out and photograph this flower I just passed because it was beautiful. It's an iris, and I will get back to you later. I got a picture of a couple of these on the centigrade trail, but they're just such a pretty flower. It's more like a little iris type flower. And so I didn't shoot much video the other day, so I'm trying to shoot more video today. Makes it a little easier. You can see it. I can zoom in on it in processing and blow it up for you. And it's if it's moving, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't look blurred like it does in a photo. Wind is not too bad today. It kind of comes and goes, but it's not too bad. A little narrow here, and we've got our first hole we have to go through. I think I'm going to go over to this side, which is what everybody else is doing, but this one is a big enough hole that I can't avoid it, and unfortunately there's water about 3 feet to my left in that ditch. So that's the first one. If it keeps getting bad like this, I'm probably going to turn around and head back the other way, because as you can see, it's gotten much narrower now. And it would be impossible to turn around until you maybe get up here where this wide spot is to go around this next big hole. But even then, it might be a little bit tough, and you'd have to be, you know, it's one of those 40-point turns to get turned around. But anyway, it's, whoa, that is a big mother. Let's see here. Wonk. Wonk, and then we got another one on the way back behind it. Right there, I just about missed that one. Yeah, I managed to get too far enough over to miss it. Anyway, it's getting a little bit narrow here, so we're going to have to be careful. And I'm now gotten to a point where I would have to find a place to turn around, because I could not turn around on this. It's far too narrow. You know, if I had to, I guess I might be able to work it, but like you say, it would be a 50-point turn. Anyway, I've got to remember to talk up a little bit, because I'm using the DJI action camera on the dash for this. When I'm out running around, I'm using the GoPro. There's a place you can turn around right there. It's flooded, but you can get far enough off, and every once in a while, if you hear that going on, it happens to be my seat belt. And let's shut that up by putting it in park. I don't wear a seat belt when I'm going out here, because I'm going, you know, like 5 miles an hour. Probably not even that. I'm doing more like, I'd be going fast if I went 10 miles an hour, and I think I'm doing about 4 or 5 miles an hour. I'm basically just letting the car go on its own. That way it gives me a chance to look, and well, the old road's getting a little bit worse and worse. And out to my left, there's another whole batch of these. And I'm not sure that I want to go through that. I'm going to have to go check this out. This may be the end of the road for me here. Let me get the GoPro back together here so I can take it with me. Okay, car, I know the engine's still running. And as you can see back here, we have another area. This is like the 4th area has beehives in it. So the guys out there got lots and lots of hives. And let's see here. This is the way you're going to have to go if you get around there. You can see the tracks from everybody else that came over here. I'm thinking that may not be a good sign, since that's the front end or the back end of a bumper of a car. So maybe this is not such a good place to go through. I'm kind of adventurous, but I don't know. I sure don't want to get this thing stuck. I think I've got enough room here, though, if I stay over here. I can see the tracks of pickup trucks, and they weigh way more than I do, so if they can make it through here, this spot right here is the only spot I have to worry too much about, and it's just a bump. So I guess we'll give it a shot. But any worse than that, and this old country boy is going to be smart rather than stupid, and I'm going to turn around and go back. So we'll see what happens. I got a sneaky feeling that my bumper is going to drop through here when I come off the other side of this thing. I have it in 4-wheel drive for mud and sand, so let's see, that was no big deal, went through that. So let's see what happens. It's like a little pond there, that's pretty cool. I'll show you on the GoPro here. That's kind of a pretty little pond. I'm sitting on top of the culverts that go under the road here, and they hold up. That's not a bad little pond. Biggest body of water I've seen so far. So let's see what goes on up here. As you can see, there's still more holes with water in them, but not quite like that last one. That was a humdinger back there. It's always interesting when I come out in these kind of places. Boy, just sticks and the stuff on the road, and here's a big area. This is where another road takes off, but I can tell by looking at that's not the main road. But I'm looking at this up here, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. So this is when you start getting into this kind of stuff, then is when you seriously need to. Let me go over here a little bit so I can see down the road. You know, I can probably get through that from what I see from the trucks that went through there before. But I have a feeling that I'm going to get in trouble here if I don't watch out, because I'm going to get to a place where I can't turn around. You know, there's a whole bunch of those flowers again too. You know, I'm just not going to be stupid. I can see where that truck spun its tires and was sinking in to get through there, so I'm not going to be stupid about this. This is getting worse. Let me kind of park it back here a little bit out of the way. Fortunately, it's right where you can make an easy turnaround, so I can back up here. Just want to back into anything I'm not looking for. Can't see back there. There, somebody can get by there if they want to, so let's just... Okay, let's go up here and see what we got. I should have my rubber boots on, I guess, but there's all these flowers. Now I can get you up a little closer to them. See the yellow ones and like a little mini cone flower. And you got these blue ones down here. These things are really pretty. A couple more over here. I don't know if I get too close it won't focus, so. But those are pretty. And then they're all along here. There's everywhere. There's some back in the bushes behind me over there. And you got all of these. Well, at least we picked a good place to turn around. But this is what we're looking at here. You can see the trucks went through here. And if I had big fat tires, I might have some more lift than I have. But this is not a problem. You know, you can tell the water's flooded the road over there because that's the edge of the road, but it's pretty much underwater. And I guess these flowers must love this water because they're all around when you have wet places like this. You can see them. But then we got this, and there's no easy way getting around it. You can see that the trail with other trucks have gone right straight through it. But you can see where they're actually pulling themselves out. They're, you know, spinning the tires. And it's probably going to be one of these right after another at this point. So Dick is going to be smart and not go any further in this rig. You can call me a chicken and that's okay, I don't care. But if you got stuck back here to get somebody to come rescue you, I mean, I can make contact with my wife with the inReach, and she can have somebody come out in a wrecker and pull me out, but that is not free, as you know. So I'm not going to take any chances on even doing that. I'm just going to go back to old Redbird, and me and Redbird are turning around, heading back out of here, probably a little faster than we came down. We're almost, I think it's something like 4.5 miles in is where this is. Gonna get back in Redbird here, head back out, and see what if we can find anything going out. Catch you in a little bit. Well, I kind of hate that I couldn't get any further, but you know, you can only do what you can do. And you, like I told you before, I tell people to be safe, so I can't tell them one thing and then do something else. So I told everybody else to be safe out here, so I'm gonna do the right thing and not try and push this. Could I have gotten through there? Most likely, but there's probably, since the road has gone to pieces. Here's the other side of that pond we just passed a little while ago. You think you'd see some water birds out there, but I haven't seen anything in the way of water birds. I did see a kite a little bit ago, and swallowtail kite that is. I gotta start making that explain that, because I say kite and it could be a snail kite or other types of kites, but it's swallowtail kites for me. I love both the snail kite and the swallowtail, but and here we are going back over the one we came through earlier, so let's hope we get back as easily as we got through it. Don't leave our bumper sitting out here somewhere. Whoa. Look at the bees. Interesting. Yep, there's a dump. And you can see from the limbs there that people have tried to put limbs in there to get out, so that's a sign you don't want to see. When you got stuff in the water because people have tried to put that in there to give them some traction, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. So we're back through that, so now we're, you know, we don't have anything really serious ahead of us. That was the most serious that we actually went through, and it's not that big a deal, but ooh, look at all the fern here. That is pretty. It's so hard. This is not a bad place to take a still picture too, because it's a good clear place. I found a beautiful, the sun, the light was just right, and it was just kind of lighting it up, and it was beautiful. But unfortunately, I couldn't take a decent picture because there was fennelweed in the front of it, and even though it was dead, I'd have had to get my boots on to get out in the water to, you know, to snap them off and get them out of the way so I get a clear shot. And I don't like to mess with nature too much. I'll move something out of the way of it if it's in the way of a flower, if I can just move it over or get it out of the way. But I don't really mess with it too much. I like to leave it the way I found it. But, you know, you can see along the water and everything, it's here. Oh! More potholes here. Yeah, the road started deteriorating. When it starts deteriorating, you can pretty much tell that, okay, it's gonna get worse and worse, and it did. This is not very good. It's got a lot of potholes in it that you can't really miss too easily. And I guess we had a pretty good storm out here, and the wind was from the north because all those pine branches and needles and everything else on the road. Oops. This is about the third group of beehives that I have seen here. We talked to the woman that runs the Rich Loam General Store, and she tells us that they get all their honey from this guy, and that the guy is down here all winter long, you know, because it's warm weather, and the bees have flowers to go out and get pollen and nectar so they can make honey. And then in the winter or the summertime, he goes back to Wisconsin. So it's a traveling beehive guy. And when I was in my teens, I used to keep bees. I think the most I had was about 9 hives at one time, and got enough honey out of those 9 hives that I could go back and actually make some money by selling honey. I used to uncap the frame, and on each side put it in basically a cylinder. They slung it and slung all the honey out of it, and then I'd put it back in the super, which is the pieces on the top, and they would fill it up again. So I'd go back and do it again. The brood part is on the bottom. Let me kind of back up here, and I'll get back to you in a minute. I'll take you back here and show you what these things are. And this tells you who owns them. Warning, live honeybees. Apiary lease location with Fisher Bee Farm. No trespassing. Well, we're not going to do any harm here. We're not going to worry about trespassing too much here. But if you look at these hives, And there are actually a lot more. There were some back in here that I could not see because they were behind the weeds. I just saw these right here in front. But there's a lot of hives here, and they're pretty much all the same. And what you see here, the two, if you look at this one, and I'm not going to get too close because you can see there is a ton of bees there. So that's the entrance to the hive. And you can see he's got them on pallets so he can just easily pick them up and move them. Okay, if you look at these, actually there's 4, 5 hives, 6 hives here on this one platform here. And they're basically facing opposite directions so that bees go in from opposite sides. And what you see on the bottom is the brood part of the hive. That's where the queen is, that's where all the drones are, and that's where all the bees are. Except the bees, there's an excluder in there, which is just a wire piece that keeps the drones and the queen from getting to the 2 top pieces. The 2 top pieces are called supers, and each super has frames in it. And it's been so long, I forget the number of frames, but there's maybe like 10 frames in there, maybe 8 to 10 frames. And that's where the honey is stored, that the bees can get up in there, the worker bees, but the queen and the drones can't get up there because of the excluder. So for that reason, there's nothing up there except honey. So they fill the tops up, and the guy comes out, takes the top 2 pieces off, then he can put the top back on it again and go extract the honey from those frames, put the frames back in there, and then he brings them back out, puts them on the hive, and it starts all over again. It's quite a process, and I was fascinated by it when I was younger. So anyway, I thought I'd just explain how that works, and hope you enjoyed it. I came back down this road. I passed it, let me go around here. You can see the car up there. I looked down this road and there was a turkey right up there. So I parked the car to get it out of the way and locked it, then I came down here, but I don't know if I can actually get here. I should put my boots on, I guess, because this is actually, that's why you don't come down these roads. I don't know that you could actually get through there with anything, but I think I might be able to walk around the edge of it here. Let's kind of see here. Making sure we don't have a rattlesnake or something over here next to us. Yeah, I'm going to have to be real quiet here, because that turkey's going to see me from miles away. He's probably long gone anyway. We'll see. He was up here the other side of this other puddle, but I don't know that I can get there. Nope, there's no getting around this one. I don't think without getting your feet wet. We'll give it a shot here. These are not my boots, they're not waterproof. Pedal it behind a tree. Well, that didn't end so well. My GoPro battery went dead. I should start carrying some in my pocket, I guess, but I usually am right near my car, so it's not a big deal. But I walked back there, and the turkey was long gone, as I suspected, so no big deal. He was a big boy, though. I looked at him and said, wow, that's a big turkey. So I didn't want to back up. I figured that might scare him, but probably just passing was enough to scare him. So anyway, I'm heading back out of here again, so see what else I can find, if anything. But just want to let you know what happened. I didn't find the turkey, and my GoPro battery died. So obviously it's back with a brand new one now, so we're off and gone again. Well, that'll just about do it for this edition of RCSP Florida. We've enjoyed our day at both the South Grade Road and the Center Grade Road up in the Green Swamp, and we will be back again. We've gotten some pretty good pictures and some videos, I believe, so you'll see them in that video when I put it together. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, please hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate that. And if you want to be notified when I post a new video, tinkle that little bell button you got there, and that will do it for you. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a great day. I've had a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me, and have a great day.